Timber Trails. I hope everybody is doing well out there. If you're new here, my name's TJ, welcome. If you just saw my last video, I'm doing a video series on the Cibola National Forest in New Mexico. In the last video, we went up to Skeleton Ridge and the San Juan Peak, and now it's the same day that I'm filming. I'm back down the mountain and we're doing a trail that I wanted to do as the sun was setting because A, there's a hockey game on tonight, and if I play my cards right, I might be able to watch my hockey game from my satellite, which would be awesome. And B, it's kind of a mild, fun trail that I want to show you guys. If you're brand new to overlanding or off-roading, this is a great place to check out. This is all of 50 miles north of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and about 160 miles south of Albuquerque, right off of 25. You can come out here with your family. There's tons of camping, and for the most part, the trails honestly aren't that technical at all. And so I figured this would be a good series for you guys that are trying to find some spots but are a little apprehensive of doing harder obstacles. Today's trail is gonna be the Old Spanish Trail, and from the Old Spanish Trail, we're gonna hook up to a trail called Springtime. We'll get to the end of springtime and hopefully find an awesome camping spot as the sun is going down. So, no time to spare. We probably got about 2 hours of sunlight. Here is the quick overview, and then we will jump up on the trail. Let's go.
All right, like we mentioned, we are doing the Cibola National Forest. Today's trail is going to be the Old Spanish and Springtime Trail. The trail itself is pretty straightforward. It's a really beautiful drive once you get more into the mountains. Kind of has some character to it. Anyways, the trail itself is going to be 38.4 miles. It'll take about 3 to 4 hours to get it done. Like I said, the trail itself is going to be pretty much just dirt, gravel. There are going to be some exposed shelf roads in certain spots, but other than that, it's easy. The modes I used on this trip were pretty much just 4 auto, and I did use 4 low when I was coming down the steep sides of the mountains. You can get this done in a 2-wheel drive. Please remember that our cameras have stabilizers on them, so the hills are not going to appear steep and the bumps are not going to be as rough. Also remember that we review this trail and every trail at the end of the video. The Cibola National Forest and grasslands encompasses 1.9 million acres, which is a pretty large swath of New Mexico. What we're exploring today is one of 4 of the sky districts in the National Forest itself. From the grasslands to the rolling hills, on into the foothills, and then into the mountains. Some of these mountains in Cibola actually are over 11,000 feet. It's a very diverse place, and it's one of the reasons that I just wanted to highlight some of the things that New Mexico has, because I feel like New Mexico gets a little overlooked in the overlanding world, and they have so much to offer out here.
gotta say, guys, this is a really good road. I mean, if I wanted to, I could do 35, you know, so, but it's beautiful. You're kind of just following the mountains all the way around, and I'm guessing that once we get to that junction where Springtime Trail is, I'm guessing that probably goes up into the mountains a little bit. Seen a bunch of bighorn sheep out here, and it's kind of cool, the contrasting sides. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. Hopefully it's showing up great. But you got the plains way out here, and then you got the big mountains right here. But all in all, it's been really an enjoyable drive so far. A couple little washes here and there. We're about 45 minutes into the trail so far. And yeah, it's just continuing to be just me out here, and a little bit of wildlife, and just a really calm, easy trail. Sometimes those are good. All right, let's keep moving. Close to the end of Old Spanish. As you could tell, this sun, I can't even see the trail. The sun is in the perfect spot. But this trail got beautiful once we got out of the kind of the flatlands and started heading into the actual mountains. So I think I'm going to camp here for the night, and then we will finish up the Springtime Trail tomorrow. So that's the plan. So let's go find somewhere cool to camp, and maybe cook a steak or something. Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. We lucked into an awesome spot, y'all. Look, they even left us a grill. I don't know how I found this spot. I just got lucky. I saw this little trail off to the side and climbed pretty steep, tight trail, but I'm sitting pretty much, I mean, on top of the mountains beside the big mountain behind me. This trail is beautiful. I didn't get to film a lot of it because it got so dark, so I can't wait to show it to you guys tomorrow. But yeah, all right. So we found our spot for the evening. Like I said, I'm gonna cook up something and watch some hockey. I have 4-bar cell phone service and I have my Wi-Fi working. I guess because I'm so high up and now exposed. There's no trees around me or anything. Nonetheless, I will see you boys in the morning, which will be in like 3, 2, 1. Well, good morning to me. It's about 7:30, 8:30 in the morning. I'm not sure, somewhere around there. It's fairly early. And man, I slept pretty good. I ate my steak. I got to watch my hockey game. My team lost, go figure. So today's itinerary, like I said, is that we are going to finish up the springtime trail from the old Spanish trail, but I'm going to backtrack several miles and film that for you guys to just show you it. The springtime trail, super easy so far, but the views are really incredible. So I look forward to showing you guys that. I crawled up, like I said, this little place last night, so I got to get back down, which should be fine. But we ended up on top of this little mountain, or I would call it a saddle, that connects off to these other mountains right here. And somebody left their grill, like I said. So it's not a secret spot, but it's a dang good camp spot, I'll tell you that. All right, enough of me rambling. Thanks for keeping up and watching so far. Let's go jump up on the trail and see what today has in store for us with the springtime trail. All right. Crossing over the mountain peak, we are making our way down now on the backside of the springtime trail. If you notice, there was a bunch of burned trees, grasslands all throughout the bottom where we were this morning, and that's due to a lot of fires. They had the Hardy Fire in 2023, the Pine Peak Fire in 2023, the Bear Trap Fire was 22, Trigago Fire was 208. So my point is that if you do come out here in the late spring, summer, probably into early fall. Make sure that you check the fire district to make sure that nothing's on fire and that you can't get to the mountains. Guys, we're about 10 miles down the trail now. We came up over the peak where I slept last night, and now we're heading down into this valley. Man, it is gorgeous out here. The road, super simple. I know that we'll get to the reviews at the end of the video, but just want to say, I'm sure the GoPros aren't capturing the different colors. And I'm staring up at a massive mountain right now. Anyways, this one might be one to put on your list. We'll see once we get to the end. What did we think? I was actually pretty surprised. The old Spanish Trail section was pretty. You kind of, you're on the north side of the mountains and you're kind of looking through the foothills. The thing I disliked about the old Spanish Trail though, I filmed it a couple times. There was like 9 gates. Gates are not a big deal. You just jump out and open the gate and close it. But these are the old barbed wire ones that always are a pain to get in. But the worst part about that was that because of the desert, every time I'd walk, I would touch one and I'd get shocked. And then I'd move it, get in the truck, drive, and then go back, put the fence back, and I'd get shocked again. So that was kind of annoying. That's really my only complaint on this whole trip. As far as the springtime trail, man, what a surpriser. It was gorgeous all the way. You could take a springtime either coming from the north or going to the south. We went to the south. Both directions are gonna have beautiful views, no doubt. So all in all, I had a blast on it. If you're new to this channel, what we do at the end of each video is we rate our trails in a 1 to 5 format, being fun, fear, technical, and scenery. For fun, I had a blast. I'll be honest with you. Not every trail has to be technical and difficult. Something to look at all day long. I was the only person out here. I saw one camper
way at the very beginning of springtime, which is kind of off the highway by 6 miles or so. That was it. It was just me out here in the mountains. I absolutely loved it. So for fun, I'm gonna give it a 4. For fear, the Old Spanish Trail, not very fearful. It was a pretty easy route for the most part. The only fear you're gonna come into is gonna be on springtime if you're not familiar with shelf roads. However, I thought the shelf roads, they got narrow in a couple little spots, but nothing major. If you're brand new to shelf roads, maybe you'll have a little bit of tension there, but it really wasn't bad. So for fear, including pinstripes, wasn't a lot of pinstripes on this trail either. So for fear, I'm just gonna give it a 1.5. That leads us to technical. Technical, this trail is a breeze, and that's why I wanted to kind of do this whole Cibola National Forest series. For you guys that are not in modified trucks, or you are modified, you want to go out with your family, you don't want to do something that you're scared, you might hurt the truck, this is a really good spot to come out and camp, especially in the fall and in the spring. We're recording this video late February, and it's already kind of hot. Up at the mountain peak last night when I was camping, it got down to 50, that was it. So, you know, if you want to come out late January and then all through February, I think this is the place to go. I imagine it gets pretty brutal out here in the summer. So for technical, it's really going to be, it's a 1 in my book, but the true rating would be a 2. Some small boulders here or there, itty bitty, you know, shelves that you got to kind of climb down. Just nothing that's going to hurt your truck. You're going to have a good time out here. So yeah, technical, 2. That leads us all the way into scenery. What did we think? I was surprised. I haven't been out here before, and this place really did surprise me. The mountains have a lot of character to them. I like that, like I said, you're alone out here. For a southwestern kind of trail up in the mountains, absolutely. I give it a 4. Oh, the place that I stopped with the drone and showed you real quick is Luna Park. And you can camp right there. There's some really cool rock formations, like kind of half cave kind of things, in the shade, really beautiful. So I wanted to highlight that really fast for you guys and show that to you. It's a good place to camp for sure. Okay, so overall thoughts, guys, this is a good place if you want to come out with your family or just come out solo. Ample places to camp, to park, to explore. It really does have it all on the Old Spanish Trail over to springtime. The cool thing about this area is less than 45 minutes away, I'm about to jump on another trail, and I'm going to head on the western side of these mountains and see what we can discover over there. Follow along if you like. Thank you so much for watching this video, however. If you have any questions or comments, please hit me up down below. I will do my best to answer it for you. And until next time, guys, I hope to see you out here on the trails. Bye.